From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's voice briefing. It's Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. From politics reporter Clara Hendrickson. Governor Gretchen Whitmer on Monday signed into law a $57.4 billion state budget, the first crafted under Democratic trifecta in Lansing for the first time in 40 years. The budget spends a record surplus on infrastructure projects like replacing water lines, temporarily expanding a tuition-free path to higher education to more Michigan residents, a trip to a state park for every fourth grader in Michigan, and more. House Bill 4437, the omnibus appropriations bill for the upcoming fiscal year starting October 1st, received bipartisan support and obtained enough GOP support in the state Senate to ensure it takes effect immediately. It also includes nearly $5.4 billion in supplemental spending for the current fiscal year. The budget for the 2024 fiscal year, along with a series of tax cuts, is expected to spend most of the state's surplus, calculated at $9.2 billion, in January. Earlier this year, Whitmer approved a major tax overhaul that provides tax relief for retirees and low-income earners. Meanwhile, a GOP law triggered an across-the-board income tax cut. For more on this story, you can search for Clara Hendrickson's article, Whitmer Signs $57.4 billion State Budget, the first crafted by Michigan Democrats in 40 years. On Freep.com.
This is Lily Altavino with the Detroit Free Press. Several rural and suburban school districts have limited the kinds of flags and displays allowed in schools. In the Heartland School District and Fowlerville School District, board members voted on limiting displays to the Michigan flag, U.S. flag, and academic-related displays. This means students and teachers will not be able to display LGBTQ pride flags or use safe space stickers. I spoke to LGBTQ students from across the state about how policies that appear to be aimed at limiting displays of pride make them feel. Several said they feel erased by such policies and are increasingly worried about their safety in communities that feel anti-LGBTQ. To learn more, head to Freep.com.
From breaking news reporter Noor Rahal. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, or MDHHS, is encouraging more K-12 schools to acquire free air purifiers, promoting a safer and healthier learning environment for students and staff. According to a news release, the My Safe School Indoor Air Ventilation Program launched last year to support the improvement of indoor air quality in schools. The program provides portable MA112 air purifiers that help reduce the number of harmful microbes and allergens in the atmosphere at no cost to Michigan schools. The extension of the program comes after the CDC updated its guidelines for air exchanges in occupied spaces, including schools, to at least 5 air changes per hour of clean air. Chelsea Wuth, MDHHS Associate Public Information Officer, tells the Free Press, quote, MDHHS continued this program to offer additional filtration systems as part of the mitigation strategy in providing clean air. The units being offered have the ability to trap 99.9% of harmful particles like smoke, allergens, odors, VOCs, pollen, pet dander, dust, smog, and other contaminants down to 0.1 microns. End quote. For more on this story, including a link to an online form where schools can request an air purifier, you can search for Noor Rahal's article, MDHHS Extends Free Air Purifier Program, available to all K-12 schools in Michigan. On Freep.com.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department. NFL training camps are well underway. And if you ask the players, there aren't many teams who operate the way the Detroit Lions do. Lions head coach Dan Campbell famously went viral for saying his teams were going to bite a kneecap off during his introductory press conference. It was classic coach speak, but it also left you thinking he might be half serious right now. Now in year 3, the Lions are really starting to take on the identity of their head coach. Our Lions beat writer Dave Burkett was at practice on Monday and said the general vibe was chippy. And that's certainly not unusual for NFL training camps. But ultimately, it's all about towing that line. Tight end Shane Zylstra had to leave practice after a low hit to the leg from Khalil Dorsey. It drew an "oh no" reaction from teammates and is definitely one Dorsey would want back. But Campbell is a believer that physical practices will help prepare his team for when the real hitting begins. And new safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson perfectly put that on display when he blasted rookie running back Jahmyr Gibbs during practice. That doesn't happen at a lot of other training camps. Lions star wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown said he talked with his brother, Equanimeous, who plays for the Chicago Bears. And when Amon-Ra said they were already out there making hits, he said his brother was like, "Man, we don't hit like that." Well, to each their own, I guess, but as Gardner-Johnson said to a group of reporters as he walked out the field, you practice how you play. Well, I guess he's fitting right in.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press by visiting freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.